It's, I hope you're good and well. The purpose of this short video or short recording is to point out few things that can assist you as you warm up for Friday. And I just also want to point out on few things on how do you pick yourself up, just in addition to what your lecturers, mentors have already pointed out. So I believe that you have reflected on your outcome. You have reflected your tasks individually, and you have also attended the classes where the lecturers were assisting you in understanding what was required from you from the previous case study or from case study 1. So in that, I would also want to believe that you have pointed out things that you think contributed to you not getting a C. You have pointed out or you have identified areas that you need to improve as we go into case study 2. Yes, getting an LC, it's not nice. It doesn't taste good. And it's not something that you would want to see happening. However, an LC has to be looked at in a positive way. At least you were not writing psycha exam. Imagine if this was psycha exam. Imagine if what you have obtained now was the final outcome for APC December 2023. So at least you still have a chance. And thank God that we are still within the board course period. And it is expected that at some point one would get, such a rating. Because at the end of the day, the board course is there to assist you in preparing for the final psycha exam. So what I'm saying is that look at the LC in a positive way, that it has pointed to you an area that you need to improve before December comes. So it's important that in as much as you reflect on your LC, you should not also dwell in it a lot. Don't find yourself in a position, in a space whereby now you are doubting yourself of you being capable of getting a C, right? And if I can just say it, if you can ask a number of people that passed the APC, the majority will tell you that within the period of the board course, there were times where, they got LCs. And even myself, as you know, I only passed last year, the 2022 psycha exam. So even myself, the first assessment was an LC. But at the end of the day, I did manage to pass my APC. So what I'm saying is that do not look at the LC and conclude that it won't be easy for you to get a C. Look at it in a different perspective, to say all the LC is saying is that you need to change how you are answering. All right. And so what do you do then from today and tomorrow? I mean, what do you do in between today and tomorrow? What do you do as you prepare yourself for Friday? So it's important that you meet with your group, you know, you meet with your group, and if you have not yet met your group members, you meet with your group and you agree on your plan, okay? Because you do not want to find yourself in a position whereby come Friday, you guys are discussing on when do we meet, at what time. That shouldn't be the case. So make sure that you meet your team, you agree on the times of meeting, and you agree on the number of times that you guys will meet. And secondly, just to add on the group dynamics, you need to make sure that the group that you are in, everyone is participating. People are serious in their groups. If you have a member that is not participating and the whole group is participating, feel free to kick off that person, because a group that is effective will assist you in passing APC. The group that is not effective, the group that does not keep time, the group that discusses the whole day will do the opposite of what I have just said. So even the meeting times, it should not be long hours. It should never be, say, more than 3 hours. 2 to 3 hours, it's reasonable. After that, you are taking time that you were supposed to be doing the work on your own. Because what is expected is that you need to put in more hours in understanding the case study, in doing the work, in going back to your study material for technical triggers, to ensure that by the time that you come back to your group, you have done the work. So a group should be a place whereby you are there to clarify areas that was difficult for you to understand. A group is there to make sure that it simplifies, what you are expected to do, and you learn from each other. Not a setup where one person is talking, not a setup where you are now finding yourself doing one trigger all together in one place. No, that should not be the case. So make sure that that is sorted. It is important that you believe that in as much as you got an LC, you will get the C. And you will do whatever it takes for you to get that C. And I mean whatever it takes. By that, I mean ensuring that you have leave. You have taken leave from work. You have taken time off from work. I mean, from Friday, actually the 4 days, 4 working days, Friday, Monday to Wednesday, you are on leave, if possible. Make your employer understand the importance of you being on leave, because you do not want to find yourself doing this again, you know. And if you are not fully on the case study, what will happen is that when you get the outcome at the end of the day for case study 2, you will not have a true, you know, a true outcome, or you're going to find yourself in a position whereby you are saying to yourself, I think if I was on leave, I was going to do better. Or I think this is not the true reflection of my, my capability of getting a C. So what I'm saying is, it's so important that you are fully on the case study. You are playing as if you were writing psych exam. Okay? And remember that for those that do not have certificates, the first timers, and those that perhaps they had a certificate and it has expired, here at Endunamo, you need to get to CIS for you to get a certificate. And getting that certificate, it requires this case study. You need to get a C in this case study because the first one obviously will not count. It's an LC. So you need to get a C on this one and a C on the next coming case study. So you have to be fully on the case study, fully engaging with the case study to ensure that a C is obtained at the end of the day, right? It's not difficult to get a C. It is not difficult. When you are in it fully, you will realize that getting a C, it's not hectic. And I just want to also point out something to the repeaters, especially those that have the certificate already. There is a tendency of those that already have a certificate not paying attention to the assessments that are being written, the assessment for the board courses. Sometimes one get to chill and say, I already have a certificate. But what does having a certificate mean? You failed last year with that certificate. So you need to change your ways. Change your ways. Take this assessment as a chance to practice what you are picking up, a chance to improve what you haven't been getting right, so that come December, you know that you have fixed where you have to fix. So all I'm saying, guys, is that you need to give this assessment the attention that it deserves. You need to believe in yourself that I am going to get the C. I am going to do whatever that it takes for me to get the C. And also, on a lighter note, make sure that if you're a prayerful someone, you are, dedicating some time to speak to God and say, Lord, help me to see what is expected from me. Give me the concentration throughout the case study period. Help me to see what I'm required to see, and help me to fully engage with the case study, And if you are someone who meditates, take time and meditate. This will assist you in believing in yourself that on Wednesday you are passing. So whatever that will help you to have confidence in yourself, do that, so that come Friday you are prepared for the case study. And lastly, ensure that you remove yourself from things that will take off, that will take you off from focusing on the case study that is coming. Shift away from people that will disturb you within the 5 days of the case study, to ensure that you are not, you're not shaken, you are not discouraged, because passing any assessment, either the board course or the APC, it requires you to be in a position whereby all you think about is the case study, nothing less, nothing more, you know. So make plans to ensure that you are not disturbed throughout the case study period. I also would like to touch on a bit of time management. So the aspect of time management should also consider what you do prior to this case study coming. So prior to Friday. So what I'm saying is that you need to think about how will you respond to your task. By that I mean the allocation of time to the tasks. So think about the number of tasks that you'll be given. We know that you have 8 hours that you need to do the tasks. Have you thought about, if I'm given 6 tasks, what is the estimated time that I will allocate to each task? What about 7? What about 8? What about 9? You know, at least try to estimate and do some calculations now so that you come Wednesday, if you find 9 tasks, you are now panicking. You know, you don't know what to allocate, what time to allocate to which task. At least have estimates. Start thinking about that now to say, if I am given 9 tasks, how will I allocate my time? If I'm given 8 tasks, how will I allocate my times? The same to 7 and 6 tasks, because so far I have seen 7 to 9 tasks. So I'm just saying that think about 6, 7, 8, 9. How will you do your allocation of time? Okay. And also, on the day, make sure that if you are saying you're allocating 1 hour per task, to each task, I'm just giving an example. Within that 1 hour, right? Within that 1 hour, you have allocated time to plan. You can say 5, 10 minutes or 15. It can even get to 15, because writing becomes easy when you have planned, more especially to those that are writing by hand, or those that are anticipating, or those that want to write by hand. It's important. And before I talk to those that are writing by hand, even to those that are typing, you know, sometimes the e-writing, all student wants to do is to type. One just want to start writing. Spend some time in thinking about, what is it? The task is saying I must respond to the CFO. These are the issues that the CFO want me to answer. Now, ask yourself that, okay, I see the tasks. The task is saying I must do 1, 2, 3. But what is it that I'm going to put in this answer to ensure that I have attended to all the required, or to all the required in the task? Make sure that you think about that before you start typing, before you start writing. So I'll give you an example with me. What I used to do, because I was writing by hand, I was planning for 10 minutes in each and every task. It can be different for someone. We all different. But I'm just sharing with you that in each and every task, 10 minutes was allocated to thinking. writing, jotting down few pointers that I'm going to write. And that made my writing very easy. I did not scratch when I was writing because there is danger in scratching, especially when you are writing by hand. You will just put the marker off with scratching. So please, guys, make sure that in each and every task, you have time allocated to plan. And in that planning, make sure that you are including the why in each and every point that you're putting down. If you have not answered why, you're just giving points. This must happen. This must happen. You have not given the depth that is expected from you. So in each and every point, remind yourself that you need to answer the question, why? Why are you saying this must happen? Put a reason to that. That is what will help you to get a credit for a point. Okay? And also, what you need to do before Wednesday is to think about how you're going to answer your tasks. I mean, in terms of, will you sequentially answer your tasks, or you will read the information and assess which task you're going to do first, or which task seems easy for you. It's important because it's the small things that waste time. That 2 minutes that you are taking to think about whether I should start from A to F, that is what you need to think about now before Wednesday comes. You know, make a decision and stick to it. And lastly, and finally, what I want to say is that we have received our outcomes. We did not pass. Some got LCs, some got BCs. You need to be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself that I am aware that the first assessment, it was typed, right? Everyone typed, if I'm not mistaken. And ask yourself that, is the reason why I didn't finish writing the fact that I was using a computer, the fact that I was using e-writing? Get me right, guys? E-writing is super. E-writing is good for APC exam. E-writing is what SAICA is recommending, even the board courses. It's good. It makes life easy. But on the other side, e-writing for some people do not work. If, number one, you are slow in your typing, you're going to have a problem with e-writing. If you think you have a solution, right, to you being slow, like for instance, you will practice typing each and every day, that is good. But if you think that even taking the lessons, the typing lessons, will not put you at a place where your typing is at par, is what is required for you to finish the task. Because it's important that you know how to type fast when you are you are using e-writing. It is important that your typing is not slow, because there is no overtime during the assessment. There is no overtime. You need to answer everything within the 8 hours. You can't say, I'm going to finish I'm going to work overtime. No. So if you think your typing pace is not good, if you think that having to type is somehow disturbing, by that I mean you are not connecting to the case study. All you're thinking is, will I be able to finish? Instead of you thinking of what the CFO has proposed or what the board of directors, wants to implement here in the case study, then you need to consider writing by hand. You truly need to consider writing by hand. As I've said, there is no overtime here. You need to do all the tasks that are required, all the tasks that you are given. Perhaps consider writing by hand. And if that is what you are considering to do, make sure that your handwriting is clear. And make sure that you are planning, as I have said, that because when you are writing by hand, you cannot come and add a point, You can't come and add. If you have written something, you have to proceed with it. Because scratching will put the assessor or the marker off. So yeah, that's what I wanted to point out. And I'm not saying do not e-write. E-write is good, as I have mentioned. If you are comfortable in it, proceed with it. But if you are not comfortable with it, consider writing manually. All the best, guys. All the best for the case study that is coming. Please give it your all. Give it your all. And definitely come in few weeks' time, you will be proud of yourself. You will get those C's. No one at this level, no one at the level that you are at is dumb, Everyone at a board course level, at a board two, at a board 2 level or at an APC level is capable of getting a C. And trust me, it is possible. It is definitely possible. All right, guys, all the best and goodbye. Have a great day. Bye.